right? What do you call it? With the Amtrak jumps off the track, right? But they say nothing happened. Right now in New York, as we're talking, they're spraying the 5 boroughs because there's an epidemic of mosquitoes, carrying what? Not AIDS. I can't even say the word, encephalitis. Right? Where'd it come from? If you look inside the thunders, you see it in there. A building collapsed in Greece because of an earthquake. A building collapsed in Turkey because of an earthquake. And another building collapsed in Africa. Buildings were mentioned as something. Buildings are going to start to collapse. Why? Because they were not built for the new weather patterns. And they spent millions and millions, I should say billions and billions of dollars with the Rainbow Project up in Alaska, which is called the Weather Project, because they didn't take Nikola Tesla's plan on how to split atoms. They didn't use it. Now they're trying to use this no energy program when we already have the problem. And the weather's out of whack. And the ice caps are melting. And the earth is shifting. And there's landslides and earthquakes. And to touch on a simple subject for you, you got fire on the West Coast and floods on the East Coast. And for all you Bible-toting folks, think about this. God said in the Bible that he's no longer going to destroy the earth by water. Nobody else is going to drown. But people are drowning every day. Did he break his word? Floods all over the place. Families are dying. To those people, there's no difference to them if they were caught in the flood of Noah's time, if they drowns them or flood their house, or if they're caught in Dallas, Texas in a flood. A flood is a flood. And if God promised no one else would die in floods, then no one else should be dying in floods. However, people are dying in floods every day, drowning. It's on the news. So God broke his promise, y'all. You hear me? That's the day and time we are in. Don't let them fool you into thinking that none of this means nothing. If it don't mean nothing, and 999 don't mean nothing, so why you got it on every newspaper? Why are they talking about it on every news, on television, all over the place? Because it don't mean nothing, nothing to worry about. They were afraid. They were afraid of our prophecies. And the world sat back and waited to see if the prophecies of the ancient Egyptians about 999 was real. And they found out it is real. And now they're saying, we know we have a problem because of the glitches that took place at 999, because the lights went out and after this came back on. Because of the glitches they have at 999, they say definitely going to have one on December 31st at 11:59. Something is going to happen. And in between that, there's a countdown. Y'all read the article where the people in Edenton had to try to rebut one of our bulletins about the crime and the attacks and all that stuff? What date was that on? 999. Now, I'm telling you, the devil's rule ends on 999. We are explaining ourselves to Edenton from 2 years to now. On 999, they put an article in Edenton Messenger explaining themselves to us. Do you explain yourself to the subject, or do you explain yourself to the king? The king doesn't have to explain himself to the subject, and the king is the ruler. So if the devil is now explaining himself to wu-nuwaupians in his newspaper, who became the ruler on 9999? Did the devil's rule end in 999? Yes or no? He starts explaining. Watch the media. See, they're having problems with their own people. Because when the devil's time is up, he starts turning on himself. Start versing himself. Start hating his own. Because we're no longer the target. Except for us that's on the fringes, who keep on going amongst them. See, them black folks was up in Atlanta in that apartment, in that office building when that fool went crazy, or went in, and started shooting them up. Why? Because they was in the devil's midst. It says, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her iniquities. Get away from them. You open your Quran to the 9th chapter, And this is the 9th time we're talking about. The end of time, the highest number. In the 9th chapter of the Quran is Tawbah, repentance. And the only one without tasmiyah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The only one that doesn't open with the name of Allah. The 9th. You open the book of Revelation to the 9th chapter, and it talks about a 5th angel coming down to bring what? Judgment on the world. Just happens to be 9th chapter. And by the way, Tawbah was revealed to Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam in the 9th year of Hijrah. 9 to 9. You think that number 9 don't mean nothing? 9 has always been our number, 3 times 3. From ancient Egypt to today, it's been our number. They have pushed the number 7 on us. Oh, the Bible has 7 days of creation. Does the Bible have 7 days of creation? Huh? No. Right, the Bible has 6 days of creation, and God rested on the 7th day. He wasn't working on the 7th day. So stop lying and saying 7 is a mystical number because of the 7 days of creation. It's just not the truth. Let me get back to this. Do you understand this now? So now what they've done is they busted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. They busted these two together, you follow? So that they can go 0, 9, see that? 0, 9, 0, like that. Then just go 99 and leave an empty frame for the decimals or points. That's all they did. They did not solve the problem. They still have the problem. You follow me? And there was computer glitches on that day. Yeah, I had it in my computer too. When I came down to my fax said 6699 in the morning. I'm like, what happened to 9999? But they are afraid of panic. They're afraid because they don't control us any longer. They're afraid because we don't fear them any longer. They're afraid because they have failed us. Whenever you talk about UFO or extraterrestrial involvement, they bug out. They panic because it says that they're not in control. It says there might be a benevolent or malevolent force that is greater than them. That their beings might be coming here from other galaxies or other planets. So they say, oh, that's hogwash. Right? And then they spend $1 billion on a project called SET. Oh, ain't no extraterrestrials. We just going to go to Puerto Rico and we're going to build the biggest satellite in the world and watch anyway for 25 years. But there's no such thing as flying saucers. That's crazy. Ain't no such thing as extraterrestrials. We just going to sit here and watch day and night and listen every day, every hour to see if we can get a voice. We're going to send up messages to outer space. Every year they send a new package to outer space. But SETI, or the Pentagon, says what? When you say there's UFOs or extraterrestrials, you mean little green men? What's the psychology behind little green men? Simply, they breathe differently. A whole lot of wu-nuwaupu kids are born green, with green spots for blood circulation and oxygen, because they breathe differently. And as they get older, the green spot fades away. You follow? As they take in the iron in their body, it rusts and changes their skin complexions. These are real. But they can't tell people the real thing. They can't tell you the truth. Because if they tell you the truth, you'll no longer fear them. And what they have over you is fear. You really think, like mommy and daddy, that the white man got it together. Every year, the ancient ones reveal to you your superiority. I was watching tennis yesterday. Well, I don't watch tennis, but I watched tennis yesterday. But they had created the great white hope. Oh, this white woman is going to beat these sisters. Anybody watch it? Wasn't even fair. I mean, she beat the heck out of that white woman on that court. She beat her like she was her child. And every time they open the door to golf, in comes Tiger Woods. And they said, oh, we got a guy that's going to beat him this year. That was this year. Tiger Woods walked away with the trophy as the best golf player in the world. That means on the planet. He don't know if he can beat people from another planet yet, because he ain't got there to play. But everybody on this planet, he can beat. Boxing, we took it. Now we got females in basketball. We didn't just have, I ain't gonna talk about, I'm not even gonna talk about Jordan. You better go back further. There's some brothers back there that make Jordan look like he can't play. Now they got women, black sisters, taking over the basketball and moving into golf. And now they got two brothers in hockey. Like I said many times, the worst thing you can do is give a nigga a spear and put him on some ice. They got a spear and ice. We don't like ice. We don't like snow. You give me a stick and ice and say you have the right to beat the hell out of white people. I'm skating down the court and everybody else is contemplating on putting the putt in the net, and I'm contemplating on putting the stick in his butt. All I want to do is hit one of them across the bridge of the nose with this hockey stick for 400 years and it's crap. They don't even understand what they're doing. Every time they open the door to an Egyptian, a black man, a black woman, they find out how serious we can be. They made a mistake and put Johnny Cochran on public television because they knew they were going to win this case and make this brother look like an incompetent lawyer, and the white folks were going to walk away with their chests out. He said, it don't fit. Must have quit. And they said, will you quit? And they went in. They screamed unfair, not right. You can't do that. This is your system. You put it together. It worked for me, and all of a sudden it don't work. Is that why it's justice? Just us? Is that why it's justice? Well, it works for us. And Johnny Cochran, he beat the heck out of him. You know what they did to him, though? They bought him out. Now he's on television interviewing movie stars instead of in court fighting for us. That's the way he'll buy you out. But there's some other young black lawyers in the wings, because now that Johnny has opened the door, now they know they can do it, they coming. I don't have to tell you that we are greater people. I don't have to tell you we're stronger people. White folks cannot take what me and you take. All they got in here is that the bank book flattened and they jump out the window. Commit suicide 3 and 4 times. I mean, they fail. Talking about black people commit suicide. We don't commit suicide. I told you before, they had to damn near beat Rodney King for a month. He didn't give up. You hear me? But let them fail. Like that man in Atlanta. He invested some money in the stocks. It failed, and he went off and started shooting people. And then shot himself. Couldn't he have done that first and saved the problem? Shot himself and then would have been, didn't have to shoot nobody else. If it led to that, you don't hear about black folk doing that. They call this racism. You damn right it's racism. I didn't come to Georgia racist. I left. Color. Come on, there's some black devils, and I met a lot of black devils in Islam. They was out sabotaging each other, blowing up each other, threatening each other. One mosque beating up another mosque, while some stank pale Arab is somewhere drunk in London. I lived it. I worked with them. I went to school with them. Bunch of slime. There's a whole lot of black people that are wicked. But you were taught to be the devil. You ain't the devil by nature. They made you the devil because they put you in a position where you had to survive. And as a human animal, your natural human instincts, your animalistic instincts come out and says, I'm going to take that from you so I can feed my family. They turned you into devils. We are naturally peaceful people, naturally kind people, loving people, and we'll give you the shirt off our back. Our grandmothers washed their floors, breastfed their children, did everything for them because they were incapable of doing it for themselves. Most of your grandmothers breastfed Caucasians who later became KKK members and hated black folks, while they was weaned on black milk. The black Madonna, your grandmother and my grandmother. So now they ask me, you a racist? Yeah, I'm a racist. White man is the devil, was, and always will be. Now Marshall Chance and them may differ. That's just the way it is. Don't tell me everybody's equal. You tell me a religion where everybody's equal. Christianity is everybody's equal. You go to a church and take that white Jesus down and put a black one up there and watch the Pope have a fit. Islam says everybody's equal. Islam is one of the most racist religions you could be in. I traveled all over the Islamic world and lived in most of the countries. They are racist. They look at niggas as African. They call you Zinji. That means you're from Zanzibar originally, but it got grafted into the Arabic language as nigger. And most Muslims who can't speak English, Arabic, because most of the imams can't speak Arabic, because I traveled talking to them too. Because me, Imam Isa, was so wrong. I walk up to the imam and say, do you speak Arabic? No. Did you ever read, how did you read the Quran? Well, I read the English. Oh, get out of my face. Pickthall said. Yusuf Ali said. Hebrew Israelites, same thing. Racist. The Jew, racist. You know why? Because we don't belong in that race. We don't belong worshiping those spook gods. That ain't our way. We always link to ourselves. Let them call us pagans, but they were scared of us. Staunch Christians, devoted Muslims, go to Haiti and they're scared to go in the bush. All of a sudden, the power of Allah and Yeshua or Jesus, Jesus, is no more any good. I ain't going out there. Them people out there work with voodoo. You understand? They'll put a hex on you. You go to Trinidad right now. He said, I ain't going to mess with that man. He's over you. He put a he'll root you, do you. He said, do what to you? You go mess with him. I know a woman, she got snakes in her stomach for messing with him. Where was her Christianity? Where was her Islam? Where was her Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You hear me? We did and do have connections with our ancestors and the power as alchemists to move elements around. We gave it up for his flat, emotionless religions. They want us to gather in little rooms, listen to a white guy chant to us in his rhythm. One thing that bothers me about Islam, no drums. Nah, Muslims don't dance. Africans dance. We walk and dance. White people walk like this. All tight. But niggas be all loose and, you know. We just dance our way to things. We talk even like, no, you better stay out my face. You know what I'm saying? Islam don't want you to dance. Don't want you to listen to music. You understand? I'm cutting off the soul, cutting off your connection to the divine. You say anything about a statue, oh, that's paganism. What do they call it? Mushrik. Yeah, mushrikina. Got a big old black building everybody's praying to with a black stone in it. They're laying up, I was there. I mean, watch this close to Kaaba. They're laying on the black stone and kissing it. And I'm like, going to Medina, I'm going to a tomb, and there's a tomb. They say, well, who's in there? Muhammad. Muhammad's in there. Yeah, there's a tomb in there. I ain't lying. There's a tomb in the Masjid Medina, and Muhammad's laying up in there, and they all stand there. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. You tell me don't worship any man. You tell me don't worship any rock or any object, and now you got me here worshiping pale Arab. No way. Because he's pale as far as they're concerned, till they realize that he's Sudanese and black. You follow? They don't want us to make that kind of connection with ourselves. I keep telling you that. They'll make you feel guilty for the powers you have. Now they're on television. A bunch of white psychics. You watch them programs? Outright devils. How do you get on national television and say, you know that man you was with last night, that's your husband? Well, he's cheating on you. On national television, didn't you see what happened on the Jenny Jones show? And you telling people, yo man, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's with your girlfriend last night. Oh, by the way, your sister, she was there. They're literally doing this on television, and they're not with these ain't demons. They ain't telling nobody nothing good. Psychic? What does that mean? Lying women. Psych means to lie, and chick is a derivative for woman. Lying women, that's all a bunch of demons. They're promoting that. Meanwhile, they got Christian programs. They sitting up there with gold chairs and flowered things and puffy hairstyles and eyelashes look like spiders and stuff on their face. And they're in contact with Jesus Christ. They're touching people and they're falling down and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they want me and you to go there, lay up against the radio, kick up our money, and this nigga is going to make. The funniest thing I seen was he was on television healing people through the radio, and it was a tape. It wasn't the same day. He was like, bring your foot to the radio. And it said previously recorded. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't recording live, so he couldn't send the energy directly through the mic and down through the system and over to you. It happened a week ago, and you got your foot up on the television. The devil. But great goodness, the devil's power is over. And now our power's in. And we got to make those connections. And we can't let them pull that crap about your ancestors and your drums and your African hairstyle and your African clothes. You gotta say, that's right. I belong to a culture that never failed. You have several cultures that came and went. Rome, Greece, and now America. You have no culture. You have no dress style. What is dressing American? And don't say cowboy clothes. Because cowboy boots are Mexican and cowboy hats are Native American. Right? And fringes is Native American. They don't have none. Don't say country western music. Country western music comes out of Tennessee. And what's the other place? Memphis, Tennessee. And where's the other one? Nashville. And that was black. There were slaves singing that music. So what is American clothes? What is American food? Not hot dogs. Not chicken. Chicken is on every continent. Everybody's eating and frying chicken. You ain't in the place. People that don't eat pork eat chicken. Chicken's got it bad. Blue jeans, that's not American. Tie-dye is Hindu. What is American food? No. Keep going. There is none. There is no American culture. They are fighting for nothing, upholding nothing. And if they don't have a culture, what have they given us? I'll show you. Go to any place, any mall, where there's a lot of people and just sit and look and see the diversity of dress. They haven't even decided on one kind of lapel for a suit. See the French suit or this kind of suit or this kind of pocket. There's nothing. They want us to hold on to nothing. But we have something in our own dress in Africa, in Egypt. We have something in our own languages, in our own cultures. We have the drum, conga. We have the timbale. We've had our own food, whether it be roti or bakala. We had our own everything, and we gave it up for their stuff. We gave up a connection with our deities that worked for us for theirs. Meaning, when we was in Egypt, we wasn't having any problem with connection with God. Because we are now thousands of years away from our gods guiding us into building pyramids, and they haven't figured out how it got done. With computers, with high technology, with high mathematics, they still haven't figured out how it gets done. I can go to any church, any cathedral, any masjid, anywhere in the world, and look at and see how it's done and duplicated. I know because I built mouse. But the mathematics of the pyramid is divine. And we gave that up to go to church. Let me tell you something else about that. When we got to church, he had a visitor. When we got to church, you know what happened? Black people started assembling. At the church is where we would meet. And the reverend was our speaker. He would talk to us. I ain't gonna do it. You've been there before. They created a law. You know what they called it? Unlawful assembly. You know what unlawful assembly literally means? Unlawful church meetings. The word church means assembly. They stopped the slaves or the ex-slaves from gathering at the churches unless they could be overseered by one of them. You see that? They have it hooked up where if you go to any black masjid in America, at any time, an Arab, a Pakistani, a Turk can come in and take over. I've seen it. I'm Ali Salah. And everybody steps behind him, Imam and all. Have you seen it? It's all ex-Ansars. Have we seen it? We was the only masjid when they come, walk up to the front, somebody say, hey, hey, hey. Nobody leaves Salah. In this mosque, there ain't no Sudanese. Not here. The freckles ain't close enough for this one. The only one. We surrendered everything. And all I'm telling you is, now that it's our time to rule, we can only rule with what we know best. You cannot rule in the image of their Jesus Christ. Ain't ruling that. If you think you can, I want some good Christian to stand up and let me and you debate right now. You quote your Bible. Let's do it right now if you're good at it. Then watch me take you apart. You can't defend it because it can't defend itself. Let me show you what they've done. I think I explained it last week. To substantiate themselves, to make Christianity, Judaism, or Islam look real, you know what they did? They tied themselves into your culture. Something real. See, as an Egyptian, you had a real culture. You can see you on the wall. As a Sumerian, you had a real culture. The Babylonians, who were Sumerians, Chaldeans, Akkadians, had a real culture. And there were tablets in cuneiform popping up, written. And you can read them. Carvings, drawings. You follow that? Monuments, buildings, towers of Babel. You hear me? Things that they ain't found the Tower of Babel, but they found all over Iraq. They found all the temples of the Sumerians up in Shinar, the plains. They find thousands and thousands of cuneiform tablets on everyday living, on tax, love letters, cleanest bills, carved in cuneiform tablets. And now they prove that before Ugaric in Egypt, they had their own script that predates it. And they find tablets there of daily life, tax paying and collecting. In Egypt, 10, 15,000 years ago, when Christianity, Judaism, and Islam can only go back 6,000 years.